The real estate daily schedule that will make you more money. All right, guys, let's get into it. Okay, most agents, they don't actually have an income problem in the sense that you're thinking about it. They really have a schedule problem. And I'm going to explain and show you why. Okay, so what really happens is the agents that are consistently closing the most deals usually are protecting the money-making activities that are creating the most business instead of filling their day with low-value tasks. I remember doing this in other professions I have. When we really analyze people's days and I look at it, they're doing everything but the most important things a lot of the times if they are not successful. So what does that mean? We've got to build and schedule around the money-making activities. So, right? Of course, we want as many appointments as we can get. If you have appointments filling your day, generally speaking, you're going to have opportunities, right, which are going to turn income to income in whatever way it is. But how do you get those? Okay, that's where we have to get to, right? It's easy once you have those, but when those run out, if you don't have the pipeline set because you weren't doing the things every day that was going to build it, that's where you get in trouble. So we've always got to be around lead generation first, appointment second, right? And then marketing essentially third. Those are the basic things that we want to do to protect our day and win. And this is going to lead to massive more success as far as income and keeping the pipeline full. Yes, eventually we will move to other things as we have that, at least the stuff that I'm coaching on, but we've got to start with the basics. And this is assuming that you can improve your schedule. You're checking this out and want to see what you're doing versus it. Okay, so let's get into it. So, whatever time you wake up, I would test this as well. So, this is kind of advanced stuff. Check your sleep pattern. So, if you're going to sleep, let's say every night at 11 or 10, see how much sleep you actually need. If you perform the best on 8, 9, 7, 6, right? 5, whatever. Figure out where you are optimal performance, test it by doing, 7 hours of sleep for 1 week, then try 8, try 6, see where you can perform the best or how much sleep you need so that you know when you need to consistently go to sleep at night to get a certain amount of sleep, right? The 6, 7, 8 hours, whatever it is. Okay, so assuming, right, like for me, I might go to bed at like 12 or 1, but I only need maybe 4 or 5, maybe 6 hours sleep. I just naturally wake up. But I'll say for most people, wherever you need to start, so you're waking up at 6 and going to sleep, could be 10, could be 11, right? Could be 12. But that's when we start. So 6 to 7, okay? We want to win, right? That mental state from right when we wake up. So the very first thing that I like to do is visualizing my success. So as soon as I wake up, I'll take a few minutes and then I go right into about a 5 minute. It can be 10, it can be 2 minutes, but an exercise of visualizing what I want from my life, right? So I'm visualizing all the things that I want to happen. And I go through, right? I see the home that I want, I see the vehicles that I have, I see the money in the account, I see the trips planned, I see the success, right? I'm visualizing what my most important tasks are that day. I'm seeing them be successfully done. And I'm visualizing the win before I ever start, and that's the first thing. So I'm already starting my day with a win. So it's a huge thing. I highly recommend if you are not doing this as the very first thing. Now, after you have that, right? Now I'm going through and I'm going to write out my goals. So you can keep it simple. I would have it just 5 goals. Write it as if you've accomplished it, right? So I make, 83K per month, or I weigh 190 with 10% body fat. Write it as if you have done it for whatever the things are. And I pick 5 different goals, but write those out so that there's a process of your mind completing on a piece of paper or visually. There's some kind of connection there that I feel is really powerful, right? I don't want to just, I've got to type that, I look at it really fast. Not saying that's from an efficiency standpoint, I do like that, but there is something powerful of the connection of actually writing out the goal. So pick 5 meaningful goals, right? One for yourself, it could be a financial, it could be your family, Um, whatever you want, but write those out. Okay. And those are going to be good. And then I probably would look at just carefully, like, what do I need to do each day? Like, and if you go back on one of my videos, you can see kind of like how to set the daily goals, the weekly. This is more for your performance stuff, right? Like I can tell you right now, you want to have those 10 meaningful conversations at a minimum. You want to set 3 appointments a day, right? You want to get at least one YouTube video out, right? For me, build up to these things, but that's where you want to get to. You want to have your posts on social media. Maybe it's 5 social media posts, right? You want to follow up with these things because when we get to monthly or minimum standards, right, we want to have, a certain amount, at least 2 to 3 deals, right, as a minimum, but hopefully we're at 4 and we're building up and we want to keep gaining and building. All right, so we're going to plan out our day. This is where we're scheduled. Now, normally I like to do it the night before, but on a basic level, you can do it, write it out for that day. That's fine. Just eventually we want to get to where we're at the end of the day, we're planning our next day. Okay, so that's the ideal. But in each block you want to do in, I would say, depending on, how much you're making, but I would say probably 15-minute increments. So even though we're planning, 6 to 7, but we can put them in 15-minute increments. So we're very highly focused on those. And you do that throughout your day. Now, sometimes are there blocks where you're prospecting? Yeah, it's an hour. That's fine. But normally we want to break that up into 15 minutes if there's different activities. So we want to plan out that day. Now, if we're still talking the 6 to 7, right, we're doing that. We're planning that day. We're setting goals. Okay, get a workout in. If it's walk around your neighborhood, that's fine. If it's going to the gym, just start to be consistent because we can listen to something while we're there or on our walk that can hopefully, right? If you're not sure where to start with Think and Grow Rich. Okay, very easy one, basic. I like that as the foundation and the fundamental. But get that workout in. Just be consistent. You can mix it up, right? A cardio, weights, whatever, every other day. Do that consistently. Give your body at least one day of rest. I like the rhythm and the routine of things. Okay, now you're back. So 7 to 8. Okay, before we jump into this, make sure you like and subscribe, right, to the channel. This is great stuff for you guys that I have seen win with people over and over and over again. It's really not that hard. Just follow the basics. So get in, subscribe, like, put a comment, right? If you're going to do this, let me know below. Get in the free coaching group. You can ask questions on this in there, and then if you jump into paid, right, take advantage of it. Get in there and just tell me, hey, Frank, what's the next thing I need to do? I'll assess where you're at, and we'll just start. We'll get a plan going and get you going every single day. For accountability is the biggest thing for that. Yes, all the other stuff is great. It just helps when someone's already been there, done that, and can tell you exactly what you need to be doing the next thing. All right, next one. So 7 to 8, right? So this is where you're preparing for professional. You want to shower, get dressed, right? Get your mind in that state. You can listen to something too while you're doing that. It can be training, right? It can be role play stuff, objection handling, whatever you want. It can be a podcast, just something while you're in it, so you're getting used to it. This is a good one. You got plenty of time to get ready. And then I would pick a specific skill. Visualize right before you're going to do the calling. We'll do that, but you could take 30 minutes, practice something that can improve you, or 15 or 20, whatever you have, before you're ready to make those calls and start engaging. Okay, now from 8 to 11, this is so important. I cannot tell you when I was always my most successful, I'm guarding this time. Why? This is the money-making hour. This is the time where you're reaching out. You've got to protect it. This is where you don't want to scroll, right? This is, you want to clean through your CRM. This is not your busy work. This is activities that create appointments. So now, and I will go a lot longer this. I would be like 8 to 12, but we'll just start with 8 to 11 to just solid basics. So if we're in there doing this, right? So now we can reach out to all of the expireds. Okay, that doesn't mean we can't send out letters and do that, but go through, filter, whatever. But make those calls. There are people that you can get, right? So fire through there, find out where that home didn't sell, right? You can share what's working, offer a fresh plan, explain what you do differently, set that appointment, right? Even if they don't go with you, it's okay. Even if it's just helping to take a look, If you're making enough calls, you're gonna get appointments because you're gonna get better. Call through the for sale by owners, right? You can easily offer that pricing opinion. You go out there, you can help them set up for an open house. You can offer buyer feedback for them. Um, See if they've considered backup plans, right? Where are they going next? Book that appointment, just if nothing else, to help in whatever way you can. They will feel it through it. Reach out, make that offer too, even if it's just a second opinion on pricing. Get out there, get in front of them, because a lot of times if they're not able to sell it, or if they do, they can go with you on the next one, or you can help out and step in and be ready to go. Okay. Next, people you can call past clients. This is another great one, right? You can always make a list for their home anniversary, their birthdays, right? That's a good one. The updates, neighborhood news, check-in calls, see how everything's going, anything I can help with, invite them to things, right? If you've got stuff going on, if you've got webinars and things, you can invite them to those, right? Which I just did a video yesterday on that. You just never know, and these can easily turn into referral calls, but care about them. Find out what they need help with. See if you can help. But if you get in the pattern where every, like, let's say, quarter, you're reaching out to them, just take your list and divide it quarterly. And if you've got at least one event you're inviting them to, like 2 events a year is probably ideal. Push pull. We're offering help. It's easier on the next call to ask. But my whole point is if you're having conversations, you can be inviting to things that you're creating if you have a Facebook group or your channel or whatever. Look for things that can help them or be of value to them, right? You have a newsletter you can invite them to, your Facebook group, okay, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But be in contact with them. Why? Most people, when agents have sold a home, they don't even reach out and talk to anyone afterwards. They're not in contact. Then they miss out on those referrals that, who knows, 5, 10, 15%, 20% could be higher of referrals you're going to be getting from past clients, including their own. And then you wonder when they list with someone else, well, what happened? Well, I'll tell you what happened. You didn't remain in contact with them. That's what happened. Okay. Next thing, you can reach out, sphere of influence, right? Your family, your friends, neighbors, okay? You can door knock, you can do different things, business owners, parents at school, gym members. This is where your hobbies come in, right? You're reaching out. If you've got a big list and you're talking to different people, you're going to get to what? Those 10 real estate conversations. That's what we're trying to have, those meaningful ones. Why? Because you're going to get appointments from those. Why? Appointments are going to lead to the other things, buyers and sellers, right? Referrals, opportunities. But you're not having them if we're not doing these things. Okay. Next thing. So here's where if you have leads, right? If you're getting internet leads coming in, if you're not trying to do that, reach out to me. We will help set up some posts, right? And then we can do those. We can create that stuff for you. But this one's going to be speed to lead and a system in place, but you got to follow up, right? And just reaching out with a quick call. We never know where that can lead to, but most important thing on any kind of internet leads is probably those first 5 days before they go into what I would consider first three really, but 5 are great. You still can get some opportunities, but you got to keep going and then following up, right, with things of value if you can. And that leads right into that. The follow-up so important. This is where it's text, phone calls, video. Text you can shoot, email, CMA updates, new listings, price reductions. The consistency is going to win. Okay. During this block, here's what we're looking for: 10 meaningful conversations minimum, 2 to 3 appointments set. Okay. Uh, Database updated after every conversation, but that's going to be really powerful. And this is what I would consider the most critical time of the day. Now, from 11 to 12, I like to take lunch either at 11 or 1, just because 12 is usually the busiest. So if you're going somewhere, it's going to kind of leave you in the most advantageous position because you're not waiting as long, right? So I just take it at 11. This is where you can recharge slightly, get your email, follow up text, right? And you want to tell people too that, hey, I checked my email at 11 and I checked my email at whatever time, 6, 7, or whatever. And I will respond by whatever, 8 a.m. the next day, or by, 6 o'clock if you get to this time. So we're handling that whatever times that you set. So if you get an email in, now you have a certain amount of time to follow up, right? which is reasonable. Usually, you can say like, unless it's an emergency, a certain amount response. It could be 5 hours, 6 hours, 12, whatever, 24, whatever it is, right? Depending how busy you are. But set that stage up. Now you're going through email, right? Text response, any contracts you're dealing with or working with, right? You're confirming appointments, you're returning the missed calls, you're organizing, right? Tomorrow's follow-up. Okay, and this is another great one, that you want to be as efficient as possible. Don't let admin work consume your prospecting hours. I see so many people do this. They get something in, they haven't set the stage correctly, so they feel they have to get back immediately. No, this is the time, right, where we're building our business. This is why pipelines get disrupted. This is why you're not as successful as you want to be, because you're not guarding this time. Okay, now we've eaten lunch. We're ready. Now it's time for appointments. And I have had them where it's literally nonstop from 12 to 7, 12 to 8, or right around 11:30, because 12 o'clock is such a great time for appointments. That's why I like lunch at 11, so it gives me time to be able to get to that one, right? If I take lunch at 12 to 1, I'm missing one of the most important times for appointments. A lot of people can meet, can jump on a Zoom, can meet in person at 12, right? So I try to save that spot for a valuable spot. But here's what we want to do. This is our priorities, is meeting with people or jumping on Zoom or connecting phone, whatever your preference is, or what we have available. But this is where we want those listing appointments, right? The pricing, presentation, marketing strategies, home prep, signing the paperwork. We want to leave with a signed listing. Okay. That is the objective. We're in there. We want to take a great listing, buyer appointments, buyer consultation. This is where we're going to talk to them. We want to get things signed, financial discussions, right? Touring the homes, writing the offers. Guide clients through the process while building trust, and let them know, hey, if you see something, right, that you want to write and you love it, and this is a house, you don't want to lose it, tell me, and we don't have to go see the other homes. Let's get an offer in right there before we do. Okay, I see that mistake a lot, where people want to see all these different ones. Look, when they find that home and they are ready and it's their choice, they want to do it. Go ahead and let's do it. Okay, we can get to the other homes, but let's not miss out, right? Showing homes, stay prepared, right? The comps, the market updates, neighborhood information, school details, financing options, right? Educate while showing. This is where you can show that knowledge. Okay, if we don't have those, right, I want to make sure that you're creating YouTube content. Now, if you got to start once a week, start once a week. But eventually, I want to get you to where you're doing this as often as you can, hopefully daily. There's so much content that you create, because this is the one to many that I like. This one builds over time. Market updates, buyer tips, seller mistakes, right? Open house walkthroughs, neighborhood tours, objection training, real estate myths. Frequently asked questions is another great one, or questions that someone has for you. Hey, this person asked this. Client success stories, right? Show it behind the scenes. Because if they're getting to know, like, and trust you, that is going to build clients that are going to be reaching out. So powerful. Do it. I would do it every single day, even if it's once a week to start, get to 2, get to 3, just keep going. But this is going to be very powerful. And it's going to help, right? When they start with AI search, this is one of the components that they're going to be looking at, that it's going to be recommending you. So you're going to have a massive tactical advantage over people that are not doing this. Okay, social media. Can always repurpose your YouTube videos into Facebook posts, right? Instagram Reel, TikTok videos, YouTube Shorts. I would create on a separate channel. LinkedIn posts, stories. And this easy one video can be 10 to 20 pieces of content, right? So start to build up. Doesn't have to be that. You can still just create social media posts. Get in my pro. Tell me, hey Frank, I need something every day. Got it. I'll give you something that you can post or use on a daily basis, or good ideas that you can structure out, right? So make sure you jump in that page just to help you, right? Additional prospecting if time allows. Okay, sometimes we want to knock our neighborhood, keep in front. We could visit some open houses to see what's in the area. And you can do coffee meetings, networking events, business visits, CRM follow-ups, circle prospecting. Never waste that open calendar time. And if I have it, one of the great posts that I've made that works so well is, I'll just send out a post. Hey, I've got an opening. If anyone wants to go look at houses from 4 to 6, here you go. Or Saturday at 10, I have an opening. Let me know if anyone wants to look at some houses. Usually fills the time, right? Especially if we're building and adding 5, 3 to 5, 7, 10 into our CRM daily. Let's just say 3 daily is a minimum. I shoot for 5 normally. If that's happening, those opportunities are going to be happening. Okay, so daily scorecard, right? So we want to wake up on time, right? We want to get our workout in, review and write those goals. Listen to 30 minutes of training that daily. You watch my content. It's going to help you because I'm gearing it around what I coach people on, so it's going to work well. Prospect 8 to 11. This is probably the most magical thing of this. This is where you're going to get most of those opportunities. Follow up with every hot lead. Got to do it. Minimum setting those 3 appointments. Create one YouTube or meaningful long form content. You're going to win over time with that. Publish at the minimum, I would say one, social media post, but really it should be a lot more. Uh, and then end the day with whatever follow-ups you've got to complete in tomorrow's schedule. So this is why it works. The morning is going to create the opportunities to prospect and follow up. The afternoon, those are going to be converting on those opportunities into clients through appointments. Evening work block, right? You can always do the things that are a little less time sensitive. So you can do a YouTube after that if you need to content if you run out of time, right? If they're all appointments, so just get back here and do it really quickly. Um, this is going to help. Like this is the real estate daily schedule will help you make more money. I mean, I already know because I've coached so many people and I know it works. So do it. Prove me wrong. If you don't think it does, do this for a month and we'll see what happens. Jump in my coaching, be accountable to me on a daily basis, and I promise you, you will improve if you're doing this. And if you're not, then I'm going to give you extra stuff to do, right? If you're already at this level, no problem. This is a basic level. There's always the next thing, right? There's always things I will have you do. But number one, please like and subscribe it. Be motivated. This should be firing you up. This is an absolute formula that right now you can use to build and be successful. Give it time to build up and get the chances right. You got to build momentum, but just do this every single day and watch what happens. Great things are going to happen. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you watching the content, jumping in the groups, and I just want you to win. All right, take care and have an amazing rest of your day.